everybody, welcome back. And I recently did my first members only Q&A. I'm doing another members only Q&A. I'll be recording that soon. But in this members only Q&A, there was a question about how I would change the Chase Sapphire Preferred. And the Chase Sapphire Preferred is a card that I have a history here on YouTube of just hammering away at how disappointing the card is to me. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying, when I answer the question, changing the Sapphire Preferred kind of necessitates changing the Freedom cards and potentially making changes to the Sapphire Reserve as well. So I do a full answer on that, and I'm going to include that clip right at the end of this one. But I wanted to take some time to preface this again and highlight off of a video I released earlier this week that I called the Ecosystem Paradox. And the Chase ecosystem is pretty consumer hostile. It has the least valuable catch-all card with the Freedom Unlimited, and if you go on the business side, the Ink Unlimited. More on that in a bit. It has far too many overlapping dining categories. The fact that your $0 annual fee Freedom Unlimited and Freedom Flex have the same multiplier as the $95 Sapphire Preferred and the $550 Sapphire Reserve is a little crazy. The Freedom cards also have overlapping pharmacy. And that is also crazy to me because, like, you have an opportunity, if you're going to offer multiple categories at that elevated cashback offer, they should complement, they should work together. And Chase seems to just think that their users don't want that, or that their users don't need that. And that's fine for Chase. That's a question of profit and losses. And Chase has every right to make the choices that they do. So I'm going to preface my answer with this bit here, just kind of with two quick explainers as to why this is always going to be an exercise in futility. I like doing this exercise in futility. I like the plaudits I'll get for, hey, that makes sense, and man, Chase should hire you. These are things that have been said over the last little bit, and I like the ego boost. What can I say? However, Chase has no reason to update their cards, and it's really, really frustrating. On the customer side, Chase issues more cards than every other issuer. Chase has more spend than every other issuer. Now, some issuers may have significantly higher margin spend, have folks who spend way more on their cards, but in aggregate, Chase has more spend on their cards because they issue so many more cards than everyone else. So I know that the model is working. I know that nobody's really marketing, oh, well, the Freedom Unlimited plus the Sapphire Reserve. The Freedom Unlimited gets you 1.5 cents per point, 1.5 cents on all purchases, or 1.5x points. And then when you redeem those points at 1.5 cents through the travel portal with the Sapphire Reserve, it becomes a 2.25% earning card. You really should think about the card that way as long as you have the Sapphire Reserve. Yes, the math there is correct. The assumption that someone's going to hold the Freedom Unlimited and the Sapphire Reserve, it's not so great. So Chase has no reason to update their cards currently because of their vast number of customers. And they're already pulling in a ton of money. The other reason why is Chase can just dangle welcome offers, different welcome offers. Now, to the overwhelming majority of people, the ones that are going to work the best are their 5% gas and grocery for a year on the Freedom Unlimited and Freedom Flex. There's also the occasional 10% on groceries for a year up to $12,000 in spend on the Chase Freedom Flex, and that will compound on the Freedom Flex when it has an elevated grocery multiplier. At least one of the 4 quarters, there's usually a grocery multiplier in there as well, so you'll get 14 times points, and it's like, well, see, you make out well. Yes, for 3 months, or until you spend $1,500 in that quarter. So Chase weaponizes their welcome offers more than every other bank that isn't American Express. So Chase, in their quest to continue to gain more people coming into the ecosystem, a bad ecosystem, is to offer welcome offers that nobody else can offer. So yes, 20,000 points on $500 in spend. It's a 40% return on spend. That sounds amazing, but it's only 20,000 points. And I'm not here to poo-poo $200 in value, but They can get away with that and still offer a weak card where after you hit the welcome offer, you're not really inclined to use the Freedom Unlimited. You're not really inclined to use the Freedom Flex, with the exception of getting perceptively large return that isn't actually a large return because they cap it. And they cap it the same way that the City Custom Cash is capped, the same way that the Discover It card is capped. Now, the Discover It card, when you hold it in the first year, they'll also match. But they're able to do that because it's not like they're turning out, tens of millions of cards a year. They're turning out what they're turning out, and it hasn't been enough to really hurt them to a point. Given the collapse of Discover and them selling to Capital One, maybe the cashback match hasn't been the best idea. Anyway, Chase is able to muddy the waters with welcome offers. And if it's not on the customer side, it's definitely on the business side, because we get wrapped up in the Ink Unlimited welcome offers when those are at 75,000. You have to spend $6,000, but you get back 75,000 points. Why don't you just do this all year? If you're able to get an Ink Unlimited a quarter or an Ink welcome offer a quarter, that's 300,000 Chase points in a year. You have to spend, and then you show the rest of the math, and that's fine, right? That makes total sense. But Chase can get away with these things because we're able to rationalize things, or try to rationalize things, in a way that we are pitching this idea of ultimate reward point scarcity. And it's not really, because yes, you could get 300,000 points in a year by just opening an Ink a quarter, Ink Unlimited or Ink Cash a quarter, but you're the outlier. 99% of Chase's customers aren't going to do that. And that's how Chase lets you get away with it. And that's how Chase gives you the idea that you are really coming out ahead. And yes, you are coming out ahead in point totals, but you're also spending $24,000 on 2 credit cards that are weak earners. Purposely weak earners, because then you can take the points and you funnel them over to the Sapphire cards, or you funnel them to the Ink Preferred, and then you transfer your points out to usually Chase's most exclusive partner in Hyatt. And we all love Hyatt redemptions. They're nice, they're easy, they're dopamine hits. They work. But anyway, Chase has no reason to update their cards. I know Chase has no reason to update their cards, but it would be more customer friendly, and they get more customers to continue to spend if they updated their cards and made their cards work in a way where they want you to get multiple cards. They should give you a reason to use multiple cards. But that's just my opinion. I can totally be wrong. I've probably upset many people with this, but let me know what you think down in the comments down below. I'm going to go to that video now. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. If you like what I do, hit the like and subscribe button. Feel free to join the Tidbit Collectors. That's my membership level. It's $2.99. It's flat. That would be a huge help as well. Support me on the Stack Your Points podcast by liking and subscribing over there. I host that every week with Tariq from Reeks Rewards, RJ from Do You Take Cards, and Call Me Lonnie from the Call Me Lonnie channel. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you guys taking the time. Talk to you soon. Bye for now. So let's jump into it. We've got Dr. Crayons with their first question of, how would you go about reworking the Chase Sapphire Preferred? So I'm going to keep a couple things. I'm going to keep the portal earnings. I'm going to keep the insurance, especially since the insurance is changing on October 1st. Earnings wise, I'm going to change online grocery to full grocery. I'm going to try to find a way to integrate that with the other cards, because the Freedom cards also need a refresh, and do so in a way that you would still get more with the Sapphire Reserve. Because I can't, the problem is fixing one card could inevitably break the 2 cards below it or the card above it. And they all need a big refresh. So, the Freedom Flex, I've just said, make it the Chase version of the Chase Cash, the US Bank Cash Plus card. 2 5% categories that you pick, and a 2 or 3% category of your choice as well. Sapphire Preferred. This is what I'll do. The 3% categories on the Sapphire Preferred will make it dining, because there would be no foreign transaction fee card, and it's still a travel card, so you're still going to need dining for that. 3 times on dining, 3 times on travel, and 3 times on warehouses. Costco, BJ's, Restaurant Depot, whatever your warehouse club of choice is, 3 times points on that. $95 annual fee. Maybe you bump it to $150 because it's getting that DoorDash credit of $10 a month up to $120. So you've got a little bit of wiggle room to go, and then you'll have plenty of credits overlapping because I'm going to rework the hotel credit in the portal to a $50 general travel credit. So $50 general travel credit, $10 per month grocery credit on DoorDash, or $10 per month DoorDash credit, whichever. So that is going to be $170 in total value, $150 annual fee. Not a ton of breakage, but now I've fixed the categories so that you're going to have travel and dining covered internationally. You're going to have warehouses as a big category to spend on this particular card. It still stays a Visa, so Costco is unaffected. And now you've got room to fix the Freedom Flex and the Freedom Unlimited, where you can make the Freedom Unlimited 3 times gas, 3 times pharmacy. The Freedom Flex can have those 5% categories, which may be grocery, maybe home utility, maybe gym memberships, maybe something else. And your another 3 times category there could be something else that fits streaming, you name it. So there's that. And then you can go up the chain with the Sapphire Reserve, and then, 4x the travel, 4x the dining, and it's still a solid card. And now you can either avoid the 1 Sapphire rule or maybe lift the 1 Sapphire rule and have a pretty compelling argument. So the latest version of the Sapphire Preferred for me now is a $150 annual fee, $170 in credit, 3 times earnings in travel, dining, and warehouses. No more overlapping categories. Travel and dining get elevated on the Sapphire Reserve. Other categories go to the Freedom Flex and Freedom Unlimited. So overall, I think we're good there. So that's how I'd fix the Sapphire Preferred now. Come back in 2 months, I might have another idea. Or Chase could just fix the Sapphire Preferred.